Welcome back. Here we are to part 2 of 2-6, and I realized, you probably realized this right away, but I had already loaded the previous video up to YouTube and realized I had blocked the topic and objective, so here it is. Hopefully you can see it now. It's ratios, rates, and conversions, and it was like chopped off right there. So I do want to make sure that you get those down here. You're probably on the next page of your notes. Also remember that I have a blank and aligned template um, on my website if you need to print out more, or if you just want to take a piece of paper and turn it sideways, put 3 lines, fine. That's what a lot of college students do. That actually, they take notes this way and they divide their paper up to 2 or 3 parts, and they work about this way. So just have the notes and watch these videos to learn, not to finish the notes. There's a difference here. Okay. So we're just going to do some examples here. And when you come into class tomorrow, hopefully this will be enough to get us through the first day, and then we will extend after these kind of basic examples here. Okay, so let's do some examples here. I'm going to give you a conversion here. 2,000 pounds, LB is a abbreviation for pounds. 2,000 pounds is equal to 1 ton. If we know that, let's convert 8 tons into pounds. So it might just look like that. Now, again, don't care if you can figure this out. The how we get there right now is really valuable for us, as later on these can get crazier. And if you understand how to use unit analysis in that process, that's going to be more valuable for you than if you can just tell me that the answer is 16,000. Okay? Please keep that in mind. So if we're going to make this conversion, I'm going to again work it in the middle over here using unit analysis. That's what we're doing. That's the way that I want you to do that. That was this vocabulary word back here on the previous page. Oh, my mouse is doing it again. Unit analysis. Okay, it's using the units to set up the problem for you. Okay, so let's go back to the problem I was working on. Let's convert 8 tons to pounds and pretend we don't know the answer. Okay, the first thing that we want to do is to put the question, I'll just say question mark, over 1. Put the question over 1. This was the question, 8 tons. Okay, so I have 8 tons. Put that just over a 1. Okay, we're going to convert this into pounds. And I told you that the 2,000 pounds equals 1 ton. But here's the trick. Okay, step 2. Before you do anything else, before you worry about the 2,000 and the 1, because trust me, I could make these hard enough. I could give you conversions, medical conversions and problems where we had decimals in here, and you wouldn't be able to just do it in your head. Okay, it can get really confusing, but the method here works for a lot of places for us. After you put that over 1, what you want to do is match the label. That's the unit. That's tons. In this case, is tons. Match the label at tons in the denominator. And when I teach this at in my college class, I make them put that down before they put anything else down. Okay, this is what's going to help me begin the problem, the conversion. If I have tons here and I want to change it, what you have to do is you have to cancel it out. And you cancel it out by multiplying it in the denominator here, and that cancels the tons out. Now hopefully, okay, hopefully I know how many tons equals 1 pound. And we do, because I gave it to you. Okay, so up here, since I know that 2,000 pounds is 1 ton, in the numerator, I want that label if I have it. Okay, so what I know now is I have labels in tons, and I know that 1 ton is equal to 2,000 pounds. Okay, this is about the labels. It's not about the answer right now. Okay, so when I multiply now, when I multiply these two things, this ton and that ton cancels out, just like when I multiply fractions and I reduce the numerators and the denominators. Those cancel out, leaving me with that unit. That is unit analysis. Okay, now I just do the math. I have 8 times 2,000, which is 16,000 pounds over 1 times 1, that ton is gone, is 1. So the answer is 16,000 pounds. Okay, so here's what I did. I put it over 1, I matched the label in the denominator, and then the third step that we did here, you should have in your notes, is we used, or we just say use, conversion factor, okay, to multiply. All right, now this is the conversion factor. Why is that the conversion factor? Because 2,000 pounds and 1 ton is the same thing. So that's really, all you're doing is multiplying that times the number 1, okay, to get your answer. Let's do another one. Here. Okay, this one should go a little bit faster since we just did one. Here, let me see if I can slide my mouse down without it being weird. Yay, it worked. All right, let's say that I have 35 feet, and they're asking me to figure out how many yards this is. Okay, so to make our life easier, I'll give you the conversion factor. 3 feet is equal to 1 yard. All right, 3 feet is equal to 1 yard, so that'll make our life a little bit easier for this problem. So, step 1, put the question over 1, 35 feet. And please write the label with it. That is the unit conversion. Write the label down. Please, it's easy. It makes sense in the bigger picture of things. Okay, trust me on this. I've done this longer than you've been alive, probably, unless you're a parent watching this. Okay. Here, feet. Step 2, match the label. Okay, feet is here. So feet has to go there. Just write it down and don't worry about it. Just write it down. It has to match. That and that have to match because we want to cancel the feet. Now we would look at our conversions and figure out if we know how many feet are in a yard. And we do. We won't always know that. Okay, but right now we do because we're starting out easy. 3 feet is 1 yard, so I can do feet over yards because I know that 3 feet is 1 yard. Whoops, I don't know what that was. That's supposed to be a 1. You can write a 1 and get caught up here. Let me erase that. 3 feet is 1 yard. You see, this is the conversion factor because that's 1. 1. Okay, that is the conversion factor. Okay, so 3 is used. Can I just say CF, conversion factor? Because the conversion factor is 1. You're multiplying this times 1, so it doesn't change the value, but it's changing the unit. Why does it change the unit? Because when you multiply there and there, it's gone. Do you see it? I hope so. So look what happens on this one. 35 times 1. 35 times 1 is 35. Now you've got yards there. You've got 35 yards over. Now watch this. 1 times 3. Ooh. You have 35 yards over 3. Now there's no label in the denominator because that canceled out. So you have basically you have 35 divided by 3. 35 yards over 3. Well, with these, I would rather you just go ahead and put that in your calculator, divide it, okay, and work it out. So this came out to be, you probably already know, 11.6 repeating yards is how much 35 feet actually equals there for you. Okay, so I'll tell you what, I'm going to stop the video here. I do have one more problem I want to do, so I am going to have a part 3 video, but it'll just be one question where what happens if we don't know, if we don't have a conversion immediately, what we would have to do. Probably a 5-minute video coming up here, so get that down, get her done, pause for the next video.